my darlings, hello. Okay, so today we're going to do some reactionary stuff because I'm working on a doozy right now, and I saw this like 2 seconds ago, and I was like, wait, hold on. Okay, first of all, this is about the guy from McKamey Manor, okay? And he just got arrested due to his treatment of his ex-girlfriend right there with the red hair, okay? That's his ex-girlfriend. Is it just me, or did I think from the one time, I don't know, I watched a show called Dark Tourist, and he actually went to go do the situation, whatever, and I swear he had his wife or girl or whoever it was at the time, his partner or something, and she was an older lady. Maybe that lady just worked there, I could be tripping, but I could have swore it was an older person. But even worse, this person looks really young. That guy is 70,000 years old, and apparently he just recently got arrested for his treatment. And this gentleman right here who has the microphone got an interview with the ex-girlfriend, and she's gonna talk about her story and stuff, and I just thought it was absolutely mind-boggling because and B, I don't know what it is, but every person on YouTube that has they talk about, just spooky or whatever type of stuff, they go through this weird initiation phase type situation where they do a McKamey Manor video. I can't even say the name right. And everybody and their mother has done a video. So I'm not doing a deep dive. We're just going to listen to this lovely lady's side of the story and see what the gag is, because I didn't even know he was dating somebody this young. That's crazy.
Before this video starts, I just want to say this video is for educational, documentary purposes and
Absolutely.
is allowed on YouTube. I do not support Russ McKamey and McKamey Manor and these disgusting actions that he is doing. And the purpose of this video is to prevent future victims. Russ McKamey is going to prison, and I have the insider information that is going to take him down. But let's get into the video. Well, we're back. I'm back with YouTuber Reckless Ben.
Big news on McKamey Manor. Russ McKamey, the owner of the world's scariest haunted house in the world,
got arrested for 2 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of rape.
What the hell is going on over there? Well, okay. Why does she look so young? Why? Okay, there's a show on Netflix called Dark Tourist, and I hate Netflix. If you have it and you're able to watch it, whatever, I get it. But they have an episode specifically on McKamey Manor, and they have a one-on-one with this dude, and I swear at that time in the episode, his partner, okay, I love you, girly pop, but you gotta get down. He had a girlfriend that was in the episode, and she was an older lady who was age appropriate, and she had brown hair and stuff like that, and who is this young lady? Oh my goodness, this must be new or something, because whoa.
And why he has these charges. We also got a lot of information from our friends Chris, Brandon, in Boston. Horror Road Trip on YouTube. Chris used to be Russ's best friend, then turned on him because he realized he's a horrible person. Brandon went through McKamey Manor. He got scammed and been trying to take down Russ ever since. Boston, she got so close with Russ's ex-girlfriend and talking to her throughout the whole relationship. There's no way that anyone else has more information than these 3 people. And it's about to get intense, but the truth needs to get out there so he doesn't hurt anyone else. And so, let's get into it, dude.
Let's get into it.
He actually got arrested. Originally, the charges were domestic violence, which then were upped after they started doing an investigation to 2 counts of second-degree attempted murder and 1 count of rape.
So Shay is Russ's girlfriend that is very young.
She's 40 years younger than him.
So how old's Russ?
65.
65.
That's
and
crazy.
she's
26.
She's 25.
She's 1 year younger than me.
The relationship builds very quickly. It goes quick. It goes from them meeting for the first time in March to her moving in, 2 months later?
We're both very traumatized, so he was the first person that I'd met that understood the trauma stuff, which made me really...
Okay, hold the freak on. Okay, I'm not trying to shame anybody for bad relationship decisions, but if you're trying... God dang, Luna, stop it. You're gonna take all my stuff down. If you're trying to build a relationship with someone and it's solely based off trauma, that's never gonna work out great. Also, why the hell are you reaching out to the guy who runs McKamey Manor for any type of like intimate relationship. This guy causes oh my god, Luna, stop. She keeps fucking trying to rub her face on everything. She says, hello everyone, hi. Look right here, say hello. I know, little debut, big old green yellow eyes. Okay, you gotta get down, girl. So I forgot what I was even talking about, but okay, so yeah. Why would you reach out to someone that constantly causes like trauma for people, treats them like shit, and just does it legitimately for the fun of it and supposedly for bags of dog food or whatever? I don't know. That's like, everything that happened to her is absolutely terrible, and I'm not diminishing that, but I do think it is kind of something that needs to be acknowledged, that like, hey, you reached out to someone that causes nothing but trauma, and everyone has had a really bad experience with him, especially past exes, and I just don't think putting yourself in harm's way like that was the best choice. And you should definitely put yourself a little more like forward, because wasting your time on a sack of shit like this, like, we've all been there, we get it, I understand. And some people that, they haven't, they've lucked out, that's great, but I mean, babe, it's McKamey Manor, come on.
Attached to him very quickly.
Some traumatic things happened to him when he was a kid, and that trauma's lived with him pretty much his whole life, and now he's an old man still with that trauma.
Between the time before she moved in with
But you don't get a pass to treat others like shit because of your trauma.
We were talking daily throughout the day. Once she moved in with him, that line of communication almost halted unless Russ was in the store or Russ was asleep. And so we saw the control happening.
This is important to know. It wasn't a secret to Russ that we were talking to her. He had basically told her, like, get close with them and get me information. He literally cut her off from all of her friends, from where she came from, all these people.
That's
so
crazy.
We became the only people she could talk to because Russ had told her, yeah, continue a relationship with.
It's honestly so wild. Like, what kind of information are you gonna get out of these people? This guy is so, like, bored and delusional that he's literally trying to confine this little girl into his own little, like, perfect little housewife or whatever, and then, like, confine all these people that he told her to reach out to in the first place, but now they're on, like, a different side of things, and, they're pretty much, like, her safe havens at this point, because she's not even allowed to talk to her own family. Okay, word of advice, girlies or guys or whoever's in a situation, if you have a partner that's like that, hell no. Hell no. Get out now. Because if they're controlling who you talk to, who you speak to, especially little on family or friends, diabolical, babe. Get out of there now.
With them so you can feed me information. The problem was she didn't end up feeding him anything. Instead, used us as like a safety net for when she was scared.
Shouldn't have fucking anything to do with them unless you're going after them. You shouldn't be doing shit. You shouldn't be socializing with them. How fucking scummy is that you are even having any kind of conversation with those dirt fucking bags? These fucking dirt bags. That's why I'm pissed.
That was a secret audio clip that Shay recorded when she was scared. Why is this important? Because it shows how Russ talks to her. And narcissists will never take accountability for anything, and they always want to be in control. And so when they're not in control, that's when they get angry.
When did it start getting like where you kind of started feeling like unsafe?
The first time I kind of felt really nervous. We had gotten in an argument, and he doesn't like me to lock myself in the room, but that's the only way I can really have space. But he started saying that he was going to knock the door down if I locked it again. So I went to the car to spend some time alone, and he came out and yelled at me to get out of the car, and I said no. So he like hit me with a flashlight and then said he was gonna drag me out of the car, and I said no, you're not. And then he dragged me out of the car. So that was the first time I was like, whoa. So that immediately made me feel very nervous.
If you're upset about something, you could talk to someone in a mature manner, not hit them with a flashlight.
You're beating the fuck out of them because you're not getting your way.
Every single girlfriend that Russ has comes out and says the same thing, like, he's dangerous. I mean, we exposed this in our series, and we're like, hey, like, don't keep dating this guy. And I guess girls still want to date him.
Before she even
Why? What is so appealing about this old fucking man that likes to terrorize people? He's literally that. There's no other, like, appealing aspect. Babes, you genuinely need to take a step back. If you think this man is gonna care for you and, like, take care of you, what is the appeal? Like, genuinely, what the freak is the appeal? What is the appeal? Like,
Started saying a lot of red flags, having received bruises, you know, from back in trans world when they first met.
There were marks all over me. There were a few times where I would be like not
Oh my
letting me
God.
be near him, and he would like grab my wrists and like not let me go and stuff like that. Those few times where I went too far, it went too far.
Is that normal? I shared with her some of the stories from his other exes that are out there in the public.
He has a weapon and he threatened violence.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, I knew it. I was like, there was an older lady. Like, who the fuck is this little girl? And like, don't get me wrong, I know she's like a year younger than me. I'm not trying to like say that she's a child, but she's 40 years younger than him. Okay, let's acknowledge that, like they already said. And B, I knew I wasn't tripping. Thank you, boys, for validating my thoughts, because I was losing it for a second.
With his gun. This man is very dangerous. He would tell me his fantasies that he has with kids.
Oh, what the fuck?
He's a passive
Sorry,
pedophile.
And said, is this really something you want to get into?
You would think if
Wow,
you
what?
bruises, that's just like, yeah, I'm out. I wouldn't move in with some guy that's giving me bruises. And then how does this lead up to where he ends up attempting to murder her?
When she moved down there, she would just out of the blue start sending us clips.
Secret audio clips of like Russ speaking to her very aggressively.
Yeah, and it wasn't one. It wasn't even a handful. I mean, we're talking hundreds probably.
Oh my
I mean,
god,
you'd
I knew there was
see
more.
45, and then the next day there'd be another.
Didn't make a giant post.
You fucking put it on your reel.
I told you I did.
That is the most disrespectful, sick, disgusting thing you could have ever done to me.
He's a
Wish him a
weirdo.
happy birthday?
Dude, because she wished Chris a happy birthday. That's how Russ...
Okay, story time. I like had an ex that was so psychotic, and like we won't even get into that. But we were gonna go on a hike with a group of friends, and he was telling me that he was gonna invite this group, and I was like, oh, okay, like, hey, awesome, like, can't wait to, you know, like, go on a hike with y'all. Just sent a smiley face, right? And that was really the text. It wasn't me like, oh my god, let's go behind the raspberry. No, babe. I just said like, oh yeah, cool. Motherfucker dogged me out for 3 days, treated me like I did the most heinous like crime or whatever. And it's like these type of people that will be this way when they get older, and they will be bitter little old men. And it's like, dude, how are you still acting like this at 65? Like, you're lucky this girl gives you the time of day. Genuinely, anyone, like, like beside her age, how does he get people just to like just be around him? He seems like a fucking nightmare.
Talk story.
Yeah, but it's pretty obvious that Russ is incapable of doing that. Like, if you just ask one wrong question, he blows up on you. It doesn't justify it, but it's just how he is, you know? It's just, that's why don't go to his haunted house, you know? That's why no one's been since we went through, you know?
Oh,
it's like, this guy is a bad dude, you know?
So the second time things started to escalate, we started getting messages, and she's asking us for help.
He did something to her, and the cops came out.
She had disclosed to you that she had passed out without consent, and then sent photos from back in trans world.
She said that she was choked on the front porch.
He choked me on the porch
Until she passed out and came to and had a seizure.
I
What
hit
the
grill
fuck?
and was vibrating on the ground. I
Oh
felt
my
weird for a few
God.
days. That happened to me like 5 different times. Sometimes I had a seizure, sometimes I didn't.
And it's only from the choking too.
Yeah, it was scary. I've never had that before. Very scary, because your body's like out of control. Like, you can't stop from vibrating and moving, and it's like, it's horrifying.
She just said that she got a seizure 5 different times from Russ choking her.
Yeah, that's really bad. Like, one part, it's like nothing new. It's like everyone knew that he was like this,
Yeah.
you know? But then the other part is like, that still just like sucks. That
Yeah,
it's
it
like,
still
why
fucking
is this still
sucks.
happening? Like, why hasn't like law enforcement stepped in yet? Like, why is he still doing this, you
It's a
know?
bigger
And-
I went and
question.
took a ton of screenshots of everything that she sent. I messaged the DA and I messaged the sheriff's office, and then I called the cops.
They didn't take her, separate her from him. No one's helping.
So even though she was choked out, the cop didn't do anything?
No.
So the cops aren't doing anything.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
crazy.
Like, I mean,
That's
this
nuts.
is kind of why I finished my last episode a long time
There's
ago.
pictures,
It's like,
there's
we know
video,
what we can
there's
do.
voice
Awareness
notes,
is
come
out
on.
there. There's an official investigation on him.
And let's go to this breaking news alert right now. The Tennessee Attorney General raising serious concerns about an infamous haunted house attraction.
Tennessee's Attorney General is investigating McKamey Manor.
Nothing seems to be happening. I guess just keep talking about it maybe. I don't know what the answer is. I think about that a lot.
So then the final time, earlier in the night, they're once again arguing. They're still fighting like they had been.
She'd often talk to us when she was locked in the bedroom. He'd stay out in the living room and she'd like lock herself in there for her protection and go to sleep often when they were fighting.
She's sleeping in the bathroom?
So I just locked myself in the room as usual and just tried to tough it out. He kept coming to the door, trying to get me to open the door and talk, and I didn't want to because I knew it always ends the same. But then he came to the door, and at the time I was talking to Boston.
We were talking for hours, and at one point she goes, he's right outside the door. You know, everything got quiet, the TV went off, and he's outside. And I was like, I'm here, you're okay.
Poor girl.
Just the door's locked. And then the next thing I get is a voice clip, a recording that she took of him banging on the door and telling her to let him in, very aggressively.
Leave me alone.
Open the door.
Leave me alone.
Stop locking me out unless you think I'm this monster or something. Stop locking me out.
You already said enough.
Stop getting all discombobulated in your brain. Maybe your trauma is putting you in a whole different place.
You see how I just said maybe
Okay.
your trauma's putting you in a different place? See, that's manipulation.
Literally, yeah. He's literally trying to make her feel like shit because, you know, whatever she's been through and that, like, you know, just he can't be that the way she's thinking he is towards her. Dude, she's literally locking herself in the bathroom. You're the fucking problem. Like, next time you want to point a finger, like, I'll point you to the mirror type B. Like, Paramore, like, Elations 212. Don't, what the hell?
Something wrong, and he flips the switch and puts it on her. Maybe your trauma has put you in a different place. That's like straight what a narcissist does.
He is a narcissist. He has immense issues with manipulation, and he can be evil.
And he's also said, stop getting discombobulated in your brain, also making it seem like it's her fault. Her brain's messed up. Like, it's this tactic to take everything from him back onto her and making her the problem, that she's getting messed up in her brain. He didn't do anything wrong.
This isn't the first time. That's what's so sad about this is we've gotten other clips like that where he's banging, but normally she'll immediately message back maybe a minute or two later, I'm fine.
I like shut down my phone because I didn't want him to get mad that I was talking to her. He came in, we talked about it. To me, it wasn't really resolved, and to him it was, I guess. It was basically just suck it up. So to me, it wasn't resolved. To him, it was. And he's very used to, after we have a fight, we do makeup stuff. So he asked me if he touched me, and I said no. And he just kind of said, what if just a little? And then he like put my hands up and like restrained them and kept touching me. He like choked me until I passed out. I woke up having a seizure, which has happened a few times and we've done it.
The choking was something that would happen often.
We're into a lot of stuff, so we like experiment with different things, and
sometimes she would say, oh, it's just like a playful fun thing, but then it would be well, I didn't consent. I didn't consent to that, and I passed out and I'm having seizures. I mean, this was like an ongoing thing.
Oh my god. Nothing like led up to it. It wasn't like a normal
To sum that up, they would have kinky sex and choking would be involved, but sometimes she did not consent and he still choked her until she passed out and had a seizure.
Yeah, it's really, really, really bad.
That's straight rape. That is disgusting.
Like, anyone that does that goes to prison.
If you're doing like something in a sexual way, there's usually like foreplay involved and you know what you're getting into, and it's like a mutual thing. So you're saying he just blatant out just did it.
Yeah, it like really hit me later on. I was like, why did he do that?
I personally think like he's getting off from choking her. Even though she said no, he's like, I get off on this so much, I don't care, and he just does it.
I agree with that. I think he's so used to McKamey Manor where he like chokes
Do whatever he
people,
wants.
begging to stop, and he does it anyway. I think that's what he likes, is them
Yeah, he
begging to
likes
stop
control.
and him doing it. Beg and plead for it. And he always gets away with it in McKamey Manor until like we came along, I guess. But I think he's just so used to getting away with it that he's like, now that we took his haunted house away from him, and this is something we were worried about. If we shut down McKamey Manor, he's just going to continue McKamey Manor, but do it with like his girlfriends, you know? And we ended McKamey Manor. No one's gone through since we've been through. We bought McKamey Manor LLC. No way.
So they've got an LLC saying they own McKamey Manor.
But McKamey Manor didn't end. It's just switched to his girlfriend now. And it doesn't make it right. It just makes it super sad, you know? It's like we did everything we could do. Did it even do anything? I don't know. It's like he's still just like hurting people.
But before all that, she was messaging Boston. She usually gets a reply back, maybe like 5 minutes later. No reply. So then
15, 20 minutes go by and she's not responding to me. At the 30-minute mark, I was terrified because it was very unlike her. I called the police, assuming it was going to be the same thing that happened the other times that they had come. I had told Shay the police were on their way because I've heard from her right when I hung up from the cops. So then I don't hear from her for a while, and then I get a message, you guys, I think he's going to jail.
So that's how they're trying to get him on attempted murders. murders because he choked me and I passed out.
So because of
Damn.
Boston, Brandon, and Chris,
Yeah,
that's how he
honestly.
got attempted murder, because they called the police, and the police wouldn't have been called because she was passed out. There's no cops. They made this happen, and because of that, Russ can be actually stopped from putting his hands on anyone else.
Shortly after that, I get another call from her, and she basically says everything that happened. She said she gave a statement to the police.
I was bruised. I had markings and stuff. Like, they had proof I was unconscious because they checked my eyes, something about the veins or something.
At one point, she said, this is when it hit home, and I realized something terrible had happened. She said, thank you for saving my life.
Shay was like, thank you for saving my life, because if it wasn't for Boston calling the cops, maybe
Whoa.
Russ would have kept doing this to her. and
So
stuff.
if the cops didn't come,
She probably would be too scared to call the cops because she doesn't want to get hurt again. But like choking
That was
someone
weird.
until they pass out, and definitely without consent, like that's just your own sick pleasure.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
not
fucking
a pleasure with
sadism
a
or
couple
whatever the
because
hell.
the other person's not consenting. He's doing the
Like
McKamey manner on
autoerotic
her.
asphyxiation or
Like I said no
something.
before too, and he just kept going because he was trying to make up and stuff. And I was saying like, hey, I actually don't want to right now.
He's done stuff without consent more than like a couple times.
It had happened a few times before, and like when I told him like, hey, when this happened, it made me feel like this. But I think in his mind, like the argument's not resolved unless we make up and do stuff. I stopped saying no after a while because it just continued anyway. And then he choked me like
Ew,
twice, and then
girl,
I didn't pass out.
no.
The last time I passed out. So that's how they're trying to get him on attempted murders, because he choked me and I passed out.
So narcissists, they need to be in control. So when you're in an
Yeah.
argument and that person is going against you and you're the narcissist, basically nothing's resolved unless he gets what he wants. She's even saying that she stopped saying no because it
Right.
kept going on anyway.
What the
That
hell?
just sounds like a very scared girl.
I think
Yeah.
he's just doing McKamey manner on her. There's no safe word. Once you
Yeah.
go into this relationship with me, I can do whatever I want
Oof,
to.
that's so
take it.
scary.
Of second-degree attempted murder and
So he chokes her out, she has a seizure, and then he basically takes his advantage of her when she's passed out.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
allegedly.
Ben, you know how she was talking about how
No.
they have kinky sex and then the choking happens often, but then she stopped consenting to that, but he kept doing it anyways. So Russ was trying to think of a loophole. How can I choke this girl and get away with it? And this is what he tried to do.
What he wanted me to do was make a video saying that if I died or something, that it was all consensual, we're just really kinky and it went wrong, and we're both very happy.
So autoerotic
and
asphyxiation, but he's
nothing
gonna
weird
kill her for real.
happened. We just took it too far, probably.
Oh shit, so he actually had a contract. That's crazy. Oh, you didn't make the video.
No, but
Okay, straight up. At this point, like, you know, I feel really terrible for what happened to her, but he's making you sign a contract that if you die because he strangles you too hard, it's not his B. I jumped out of a 2-story like house because of like group home situations. Babe, you gotta put yourself first. Why the fuck would you let somebody do that to you? Sorry, oh, she just be doing whatever she wants. Why would you let somebody do that to you? And I know like it's a control thing and stuff. I just, God, babe, like I just feel so bad for her, you know? It just shows the state of like mind that she had, where it just like it genuinely was eating her away, and she just didn't even want to fight for herself anymore, and that's like so sad. Like, excuse me, probably choked on a cat hair. It's just like you hate to see it, you know what I mean? And like, she seems like a really strong person, so for that old fart to break her down like that, he's just a lame ass dude.
But he wanted me to, and he kept saying, you need to make that video, you need to make that video. And I never did, because I was like, oh no, because then I was like, in the back of my head, I'm like, what's stopping you from, after I make that video, just killing me? Because I'm saying on video that no matter what, you definitely didn't kill me.
That's Russ trying to make a loophole out of this sick kink he's got, but she didn't do it.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good thing she didn't do it. So you can't consent to murder, though. So what stops is that you can't consent to murder, but it is just like creepy that he like told her to do that, though. You know, like
Yeah, he's a
it
psycho
does
piece of
just give you,
shit.
like a weirder vibe about Russ for sure.
She would tell us some details that were pretty disturbing of him saying like he thinks about ending her life and burying her in the backyard.
He said that during our fight, he had the intrusive thought that he wanted to like kill me and bury me in the yard, like shoot me.
He would say that they were intrusive thoughts that he was having, that they don't mean anything. They're just in his head, but he has to say them out loud, that he thinks about murdering her and burying her in the backyard.
But in the back of my head, I was like, I don't know. tone, because to say that after someone says they're gonna leave kind of just felt threatening.
Yeah. It's like so sad because like he's just mentally sick. He just needs to get help or go to jail, or he should not be like in the free world being able to date women. You know, like that's just obvious.
He should not be around women in an intimate way because he doesn't know how to treat women.
I was trying to explain to Shay that narcissists will never take accountability. They won't get help because they don't think they did anything wrong.
He'll never get help. If he was going to get help, he would have done it by now.
Right.
So it's always everyone
65.
He doesn't go to jail. He's gonna
He doesn't
get
give a
new
fuck.
girlfriend and do the same thing.
The next girl will be like, I'm special. Russ just didn't like his other girlfriends, but they like me.
That's how narcissism works. They're masterminds at manipulation and gaslighting and never taking accountability. When has Russ ever taken accountability?
Never.
Was that the only time he said he wanted to like kill you?
No, before we even met, we would be talk, and he would say stuff about wanting to kill me or wanting to kill me and bring me back to life or stuff like that.
I need you to open the door.
Babe, why would you let somebody like that into your life? He's talking about killing you before y'all even get together. Whoa! Oh my goodness. That it just makes me so mad. It's just like people are very people are people.
I'm hurting right now. Please open the door.
What do you want?
Open the door. Don't make me into a monster. I didn't do anything.
You're saying that's okay.
In my case, it doesn't mean anything. Stop making me into a monster. It's my fucking PTSD and shit and curiosity, and it's happened a couple of times. Quit turning me into a monster.
Those intrusive thoughts have zero to do with PTSD. Those are my thoughts, and that really irritates me when he says that.
His get out card is like, oh, these are just
yeah.
intrusive thoughts. I don't
Can't use it
mean
as a
them.
cover.
But if you're having actual thoughts like that, like there's something wrong with you.
What's the solution to that though? Does he go to jail? Does he go to the hospital? Does he go to prison? Is he under
Well,
house arrest for the
if
rest
he has such a problem with PTSD and he's like a former, like, I don't know if he's Marine, Army, I don't know his branch, okay? I just know he was in the military, and if it's that bothersome and you're like affecting you and yourself and being an abusive fucking asshole to the others around you, maybe you should go seek help. Maybe you should go seek help because it seems like you can. It seems like you can and you choose not to, and you just love putting your hands on like girls who like defenseless. First of all, women are not defenseless. This girl just felt so fucking like trapped that she didn't even know what to do, and this is why I'm such an advocate, because I think all girls should know how to fight, should take a class. Like, you know, my parents maybe whatever, but my dad showed me how to brawl, dog. Let's go square up, dog, square up, because I just don't understand girl logic of someone to tell you they're gonna fucking kill you and then you know what I mean, like, what's going on here? Oh Lord, it just boggles the mind. You know what I'm saying? Because girls already deal with a lot. Why would you give a man an opportunity to put you in that situation?
of his life? Is he kicked off social media?
So is he out of jail now, or what's the next step for Russ?
He went to jail, $100,000 bond. He bonded out at $10,000 with a GPS anklet and had to surrender firearms and also a personal protection.
Like, he had $10,000. He had $10,000 he was able to bond out with. You're telling me you can't go get a resource for a therapist? For a fucking, like, a VA? Like, I don't even...
Contact with Shay until the trial.
This is going to trial?
This is attempted murder and rape.
He could plead guilty and then have no trial, but...
So he's basically just got to wait till his court date. He's out, probably back at his house with an ankle bracelet on.
Mm-hmm.
So he's screwed.
So then we find out some really creepy, disgusting, sick things that Russ is also doing.
Didn't you guys say she caught him talking about kids, thinking kids are attractive and stuff?
Yes. So we went to see the movie, and I think the actress is between 13 and 15. So we got home after, and we were doing stuff. And he said, when I was hearing you moan and all that I was thinking that it was that girl, and that it was her I was touching, and...
He was imagining you were the 13-year-old girl when you were doing it?
Yeah, but it made me feel really, really gross after. He didn't, like, tell me as it was going on. He waited until after.
We have a voice clip of him arguing with her about him being attractive to kids and justifying it and gaslighting her about him saying that.
You're doing insane things. Open the door.
I'm not doing anything.
Open the door. The kind of things you're saying, that is sick. This is what you think? This is what you think about me? These are the fears you have about if your kid got hurt around me or something? What? What are you saying? Open the door.
He said the word attractive and then tried to pull it back by saying that that's not the word he meant to use, that he was saying they're pretty. Either way, I still don't think in the context of what the situation is, any of those words are really appropriate to use.
Whoa.
Like, I remember this one fight. We had a
Holy
huge
shit.
argument because I disagreed with something he said about kids, and that was very upsetting to him.
You think I'm a good person, honey? You think I'm some kind of weirdo and sicko going after kids? Do you think that? Stop planting some kind of seed in my brain. I'm a good guy. I protect kids. Is me coming across a profile, looks at a kid when they got older, they go, they're attractive now. No, it doesn't mean nothing. You know what I say? I say, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, they turned out pretty, didn't they? So what? I saw your son. He's a handsome guy. Well, thank you. So what? It doesn't mean nothing. Can I stay here for a second? Can you move? Get up. You're getting up right now. You might miss Brandon and Chris. You can go live and talk to them some more.
So you can yell at me again.
Well, someone needs to yell at you about it. Come on, get your brain normal. Get your brain okay.
So he goes, get your brain normal, get your brain okay.
What a fucking weirdo!
Back on you and
That
make
poor
you a
girl.
problem. What she's thinking is wrong, and he's always right. That's what he's trying to do.
Oh
but
my
it's
God.
not working right now.
I'm just going to be a different parent.
Okay, fine. You be a different parent. That's fine.
Not good.
That's not good. Thinking that kids came across their profile and looked at, oh, they're really pretty, thank you. Or they're really ugly, so what? Oh, I knew when they were little and they were so cute, and they're not so cute now. I'm curious. Not checking. I just found their stuff, and look, oh my goodness. No, they didn't turn out so hot. Doesn't mean anything.
You did check, though.
I checked because I just came across their profile. So what? I was curious. Are they ugly or are they pretty? So what? Kids
Why do you
are
care?
little and then they come across them. No, it doesn't mean nothing. And then they come across their picture and they're curious if they're attractive. So what? There's nothing devious about it. Stop.
Someone did that with my niece.
If your niece was cute when she was little and then somebody, saw pictures of her when she was not tracking her down, just saw the family and they were curious, oh, how'd she turn out? Ugly, pretty? So what?
Someone thought my 2 or 3 year old niece
Right.
was attractive and checked.
Cute, very cute. Okay, very cute little kid, yeah.
But she is. She's adorable.
Okay.
And then checked to see if she was cute later down the line.
We're not talking about that. It doesn't matter.
So you checked both kids.
They were there. I knew them all.
How old was the other kid? Let me guess, like 10, 12, younger?
8 or 9 or something. So what? Came across and I was just curious. What do they look like now?
Because she was an attractive kid.
So what?
She goes, because it was an attractive kid. And he goes, so what? But like that can also be his cop-out. His like get out card. Like, oh, I just think this, but I'm not actually going to do it. That's his way of trying to justify it. Even though there's no way of justifying that ever.
Ross, there's a difference
What?
between cute and attractive.
Ah!
Kids are cute. There's a difference between attractive.
Oh yeah, that word attractive like freaks you out.
Because attractive means you're attracted.
Okay.
That's what that means.
No, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that to me. So forget that word. Is that the problem? The fucking word? Because attractive to me doesn't mean that. So let me change
This guy's a
the
fucking
word. They were
lunatic.
cute.
This
They
is
were
pissing
pretty.
me
At
off.
the end of the day, he's just like a predator.
Sorry.
It's like, you just shouldn't be.
Sorry,
a free
babe.
person
So anybody
in
else feeling the
society.
same way.
Take out the word attractive. Got it?
So he's losing this argument right now. He's
Yeah.
just trying to justify everything. It's not working. And he just starts getting angry.
That word is banned. It means something different to you. You got
Means the definition.
Okay, well, you're a definition of an idiot.
So it goes from that to now
That guy
putting
is
his
such an
hands on
old
her.
man.
I need you to get off right now. No, get up.
That hurts.
Get up.
Stop.
Get up.
That hurts.
I don't care. Get up.
Oh, that hurts.
Get up right now. Tired of this bullshit with you. Get the fuck up. Get up.
Stop. Ow.
Get up right now.
You hear like slapping and like you can tell he's like grabbing her like aggressively and trying to get her up. Again, like
Ew.
that is not a healthy relationship.
It's really hard to help someone through it when they won't. You can't say anything without them like flipping out.
See, because narcissists will never take accountability. She's like, it's hard to help someone when you say something and they just start flipping out. If you call it a narcissist, they're gonna lie to you or justify it, but just not take accountability.
Ugh.
So she's saying it's really hard to help someone that's like that.
So we were at the car wash and I was purposely like trying to get him to look at me. And when we got back in the car, I said it was like you weren't even looking at me. And he said, no, I was seeing the little girl over there and thinking she had a better butt than you did and comparing it.
How old was the little kid?
What the?
Like 5.
Ew!
disgusting. Like, even Russ's other ex-girlfriend, like years ago, came out publicly on YouTube talking about Russ's sick thoughts about kids.
Sometimes he would tell me that he had inappropriate thoughts about kids. He started to talk about some of these thoughts involving my son. For example, is it wrong that I think about your son when I'm masturbating? Is it wrong that I think about your son's
I'm about to throw up.
Is it wrong that when I ejaculate, I say your son's name? Tell me it's okay.
I don't even know what to say to that. That is beyond messed up. And obviously Shay wants to confront him about it, but because he's a narcissist, look what happens.
I'm going to tell you all the most horrible things that come through my brain. And if you react at all, other than to tell me nothing means nothing, then I'm going to threaten to blow my brains out and say that you contaminated everything.
And then a lot of narcissists will eventually threaten their lives. Narcissists want to get a reaction out of you. So the best way to win an argument with a narcissist is don't give them that. I've done a lot of research on this, guys, because I've dealt with some crazy people in the past that have really messed me up mentally.
So he's like threatened like killing himself as well, not only you, but himself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot to everybody. As far as I know, most everybody in his life, he's threatened suicide at one point.
He attempted to commit suicide in front of me to get me to stay. It's a tactic he uses to get people to stay.
You know a lot about narcissists.
They will.
Oh, he was dating that young girl too?
To not take accountability.
Girl, what is in the water, mama?
And to make you have the craziest reaction, make you feel bad from anything, to not take accountability. And look what he says.
Fuck this. I'm gonna be dead soon. You're right. I'm gonna be dead soon.
I don't know Russ like that, so I don't know if he actually meant it. But from my experience, it's all a manipulation. That's what they want. They want to get back in control. And so if they're saying that, they're back in control, and then you're worried about them. They're higher up. They always got to be higher up than you. It's hard to believe that people are actually capable of this.
There was a really bad fight we had in the car one time, and he was like, if I am horrible, like all these people say, and all this stuff about me is true, then I just need to go home and shoot myself in the head. That's a lot to put on somebody.
Whoa.
I can't say there wasn't manipulation, that's for sure. The guilt trips and the making you feel like you're responsible is constant.
See? That's exactly what happened to me, dude. You're responsible, feels constant, the guilt trips, like everything. These narcissists are the craziest.
They just want to make you feel like the smallest person in the room. Like, this shit has got me speechless. Sorry, y'all. I just,
you feel bad for them, or like you ended up doing something wrong and you're apologizing for something you don't need to be apologizing for.
Yeah.
Like, I'm freaking heated because I've dealt with this and it's horrible. I'm better than that. I deserve so much better.
Yeah.
And hopefully you find your person that actually respects you, doesn't hurt you, and treats you like you should be treated.
It's abuse to put your sick thoughts onto other people.
Yeah.
And he does that repetitively to friends or girlfriends, anyone who he gets close to. He tells them these thoughts and makes them tell him it's okay. And that's some sort of weird control and very abusive.
And then I just wanted to ask Shay, like, how's she doing?
Her family members got in touch with Chris, I believe, and we helped them help get her out of the state. So she's out of the state. She's safe.
Was she in the hospital for a while, or what happened with that?
She was in the hospital for a few days.
So she's safe with her family now, so that's good.
I'm doing surprisingly well. I think it's helping being around like my brother and everybody. You know, when I was there, I wasn't really allowed to have friends.
You weren't allowed to have friends when you were dating him?
No.
But like, that doesn't make sense though. Why?
My friends back home, he didn't like any of them. There was always a reason he disapproved.
He has to be in control of everything. Like, he doesn't
It's like
want
her dad. It's like
anyone
she's
that
dating
could,
her dad.
make her
It's so
second-guess
weird.
the relationship with Russ.
Did he make you cut ties with like anyone of like your family?
She didn't really want me involved with any of my family. To him, like, me interacting with my brother was like recontaminating myself. You know, I didn't go anywhere
what does that
the
mean?
entire time I was with him, without him. Like, we were never separated, hardly ever. When we would go out and I would meet people, he just didn't like it. But also, I like to dress a certain way, and he gets really insecure about me being out and around other humans because of the way I dress.
I think a healthy relationship is all about trust. If you're in a relationship and you can't dress the way you want to dress, then you're not going to be yourself. How is that healthy? It's not healthy. Let me be me. That's why you like me. You fell in love with me. So it's a little hypocritical that Shay isn't allowed to wear what she wants to wear, but Russ is totally okay with what I'm wearing.
So we were going over the videos and stuff, and it was to the stripper part.
Arrested you for being too sexy. Woo! Yeah, Daddy Russ.
You were doing your little dance.
Yeah.
He was like, no, it doesn't mean anything, right? That I was looking at his crotch and thinking like, wow, good for him, and like thinking it was attractive. That doesn't mean anything, right?
Oh God!
After I watched the footage again, I was like, yeah, he's filming you like the whole time.
When we did that strip a bit, I was like, Ben, this is gonna backfire on us. Like, he's actually gonna enjoy it. And I know this video is supposed to be serious.
Yeah, he
and
definitely.
Stuff, but I just
he liked it, that win.
Let's go back to Russ's case and see what Brandon thinks about what's gonna happen to Russ moving forward.
I'm assuming that there's enough evidence of a district attorney
throw
or
the key and lock him up.
those charges based off the evidence that they have. No woman or man, nobody deserves what she went through. And so many people don't seem to understand that what she's going through is extremely common.
I always think like people have a heart, but like you don't have like a soul if you're like a narcissist. Like you're just a con artist. It's only for their benefit. They don't care about anyone but themselves, and it really is extremely common.
We did nothing but care and support that girl, and I mean, we wanted her out and safe.
Yeah.
We got her
Thank
out
goodness.
and safe.
Do you think he's gonna go to jail for a long time?
It would be a long time.
I wish he would spend the rest of his days in jail so that he can't hurt anyone else.
I'm hoping he goes away for at least 8 years. I wish it was more. I'm thinking
Yeah.
that's going to be the jail term if he does jail.
If you have
8
2
years is
counts of
criminal. He
second-degree
deserves
attempted
longer.
murder and 1 count of
Yeah, throw his ass away for the
I
rest of
think
his
so
like,
too. Just think it might be
remainder
good
of
for
his
him, like
life.
a good wake-up call.
I don't think he's ever gonna wake up. I think he's gonna go to jail. He's gonna be like, the hater sent me here. I think he's too.
The haters
I
sent
think
me
He's gonna
here.
constantly be like, the haters put me here. It's all the haters. My haunted house was so awesome that they wanted to put me in jail. Is what he's gonna think.
Does that mean he's not helpable?
That's what I've concluded. Yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna die before he wakes up. I think.
Ben and I thought we were done with like the McKamey Manor stuff. I think this is like my last McKamey Manor video. I'm pretty much just done with Russ. Just want him to go to jail and there's no more victims. But you guys have been reporting on everything. If we're not posting YouTube videos and people are searching McKamey Manor, I want people to go to your guys' YouTube channel.
Horror road trip.
Check out their page. Their page is sick, dude. Yeah, I watched a few of their videos. Those are actually pretty interesting. Like they kind of talk about like the behind the scenes of like the fall of McKamey Manor and stuff.
All their social media is in the link in the description. But let's just hope this court date goes well.
I'll have it down below for y'all
too.
too.
That he deserves. Also, if you guys are going through anything that Shay went through, or abusive relationship, or domestic violence, I'm putting the domestic violence hotline number in the link in the description. Also, I found out in certain locations you can actually text 911, and I really hope no one's going through.
Let's
any
go.
of this stuff. I want to do my best.
Remember when we could just do it on the
we'll
computer?
See you guys on the next
Gag.
video. I mean, we got to figure it out because we have a lot of stuff that we can't.
Or was that
post.
just in the
Like,
movies?
you guys
Either
are
way.
like, you guys don't post. You guys don't post. You don't understand how much work we put in.
We were supposed to post. Like the videos are.
Okay, that was crazy, y'all. I don't even know where to genuinely begin with that because holy shit. Like, let me just go jump in the bed right. I'm so happy that girl got out of that situation. She's with her family. She's actually freaking safe. And oh my God, you know, like what? You know, I've always felt off about that McKamey Manor stuff. And that's why I let everyone else do a deep dive, because I'm like, what is there for me to say that hasn't already been said? Like, literally hats off to these guys because they were the ones that went in and did their thing and had their own little experience. God, I can't even talk today. Always, never can talk. And so, like, I just, you know, like, hats off to them for just getting this out here because keep the girlies away from this guy. He is one of the world's biggest weirdos. And the fact that he's had so many opportunities to actually hurt people and get off on like a genuine humiliation kink that he has and autoerotic asphyxiation and all that other stuff is just wow. And y'all were paying for that. Like, babe, stop. Was there anything even scary? You know what I mean? Or was it just like you getting tortured for like however long you can take it? Because that's what it seems. You know what I'm saying? Oh Lord, this one was a definite doozy. I feel just absolutely like emotionally drained after that one. I'm so sorry to anyone who feels that way, and I just had to share this because if anybody's thinking about messaging the McKamey Manor guy, no, okay, no, protect yourself and like don't fall for the traps of these narcissistic sheep, like wolves in sheep clothing type of person. Okay, I love my babies. We will be coming in with a very juicy video in the upcoming days. Hopefully it's not going to take more than a week or two for me to like finish things up, but it's a long one, babes. It's a long one. Leave your thoughts down below, and I hope everyone has a great day. And please palate cleanse after this video, because Lord knows I'm about to just watch like a compilation of like Katya saying like skibbity toilet.